Have you wondered why some people keep growing in their careers while others stay in the same position for years? Often the difference is not intelligence or talent or education. The difference is the mindset. Today let's talk about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset and why it can completely change your career and your life. Let's look at the growth mindset this way. The growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be developed through learning, effort, and experience. Instead of saying, I can't do this, a person with a growth mindset can say that I can't do this yet. The small word yet changes everything. Growth mindset people see challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threat to avoid. What is fixed mindset? A fixed mindset is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed. People with a fixed mindset often think, I'm not good at technology, I'm not a leader, I'm not good at public speaking, or I'm too old to learn new skills. Because of these beliefs, they avoid challenges and stay within the same familiar boundaries. The problem is that these boundaries often become self-created silos. We remain comfortable, but we stop growing. So the next question is, why growth mindset accelerate potential? If you look at a growth mindset, it helps us learn new skills faster, adapt to industry changes, build confidence through learning and experience, and also discover opportunities we never knew or never excited about. And at the same time, we create multiple career pathways. You are not going to confine into one career pathway. You develop your skills and you are going to find new pathways or parallel pathways where you can develop your more income or gain more knowledge from those areas. So I'm going to explain the theory behind growth mindset or things that you need to develop in order to have a growth mindset. There are 6 key important factors which you need to develop in order to have a growth mindset. So therefore, number 1 is your motivation. So remember, what is this motivation? The motivation means your inner drive. Why am I doing this? What am I going to achieve from this? That is what we call inner drive. So the number 2 is your deliberate practice. That is what we call how you are going to practice the particular skill or the particular component that you are targeting over a period of time. So which means you are going to improve a particular skill. Maybe you want to sing a song. Maybe you want to learn about data science. Maybe you want to learn about some coding. Maybe you want to learn about something related to cooking. Maybe you want to learn about menu planning. Anything, any skill that you are targeting. So the number 3 is self-efficacy. This is very important. Remember that. So most of the people lacking this thing. So self-efficacy means you are believing in you. You believe I can do this. And I believe I can do this and I can achieve this. That is what we call self-efficacy. So if you don't have self-efficacy, it's really hard to develop your growth mindset. This is one of the key factors. And the next thing is your environment. So what is this environment? So environment is your people around you or your scenarios around you. Whether you have mentors, whether you have good feedback system, whether your people around is very supportive, and what sort of environment you have. That's an important factor when it comes to growth mindset. And the next one, the 5th one, is time. So in order to develop growth mindset takes time. It will not happen within over a period of time, or it will not happen within a night, but it takes time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, continuously and rigorously you need to practice. And the other thing is consistency. Now consistency means many people start things but they don't continue things. So that is what we call consistency. Let's say every day, daily basis, you make a note of practicing how to make a cocktail. Daily basis, you make a note of 1 hour you are allocating for your studies. But are you doing it? If you stop it, so that is not going to continue. That is what we call consistency. So therefore, remember, collectively, all these 6 factors contribute to growth mindset. So then there is no rocket science. If you want to develop growth mindset, you need to have 6 key things which you need to develop within your personality. That's very, very important. Right, now I'm going to explain so why this growth mindset needed in order to develop your skills. Now, we know that factors behind the growth mindset. So now when you have a growth mindset, what will happen is you are going to apply this in order to develop your skills and abilities, which can be learning, which can be anything related to your career change. So anything which will impact on your career, which will have a significant positive impact on your things, needed growth mindset. If you don't have a growth mindset, it's very difficult to develop your skill. That is the science behind this growth mindset application. I'll give you one example from my personal career. When I started my career with hospitality management. So then I later moved into management and learning different technologies like data science and artificial intelligence. That is what we call growth mindset, because I was very inquisitive about gaining knowledge and gathering some other knowledge. So therefore, you should not confine into one area, and you must always keep learning, and that is what we call growth mindset. If I had remained inside the belief that I am only a hospitality professional, I would never have explored these new areas. So the growth mind begins when we give ourselves permission to learn beyond our current identity. So therefore, you have to change your current identity. That's very, very important. The most important message here, your current job does not define your future. Your current skills do not define your limits. Your current situation does not define your potential as well. The question is not who you are today. The question is who you are willing to become. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop seeing barriers and start seeing possibilities. So what you need to take out of this small video clip is to develop your growth mindset and adopt that growth mindset into your day-to-day activities, and try to focus every challenges as a possibility in your career. So then you will develop your career over the period. If you learn something out of this video, please subscribe the channel and make a like the video. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.